Here is our lineup for today. We're going to be talking about that long-term experience and lifetime value and tapping into that. Why don't we just go down the line and I'll let you guys introduce yourselves and your companies a little bit.
Thanks, John. My name is Sean Weiner. I'm with Bravus, and I'm one of the founding members of that organization. I always say this 1919. In 2019, not that old. 2019. We put together 15 integrators across the United States. So companies like mine that was a high-end residential integrator to form a national integrator. And right now we're the largest custom integrator in the country. And we're growing every day and trying to expand to new markets. And we are the ones that install the products and services that you are seeing and looking at this event.
I'm Greg Simmons. I am the Vice President of Industry Partnerships for Snap One currently. Been there for about 2 years. I was a 30-year integrator in Las Vegas called Eagle Century. I worked for a lot of builders. Builders was really our go-to-market strategy from day one. Developed a ton of great relationships. I sold it about 3.5 years ago. The team that's running it now is doing great, still doing a ton of builder business. I started a 24/7 365 support company called Parasol about 5 years ago. Because I knew that there was a need to provide better support, obviously some of the things we're talking about today. And that company we're going to talk a little bit about on this panel. But yeah, I've been in the industry since I was 19.
Thank you. Hi everyone, Casey Couture, CEO, co-founder of Virtuo. We help home builders streamline the whole homeownership experience and make it amazing, like we believe it should be. So buying a home is a massive, significant purchase, is extremely disruptive, and we believe it should be a seamless, wonderful experience. And so my background is in global relocation. We spent many years relocating executives, CEOs of energy companies all over the world, and we got a pretty a good view into how disruptive that world is, and obviously around the consumer expectations and demands from these executives, and we figured we could take that and bring it to everyday consumers, and specifically around moving into a home. And so we've managed to do that by leveraging high human touch and a platform that connects it all.
Very good. So here's our flow. Want to again do some definition of terms and walk through the elements of what is a excellent long-term tech ownership experience. So what does that look like from the homeowner's perspective? What are the industry service deliverables that enable that make that happen? And then reason why Casey's on this panel is we're going to talk about a little more visionary concept for technology connected to ownership apps and whether there's a way companies like this could combine to more broadly support the ownership experience beyond the technology. So that's our charge for the day. So definitions, right? So on the left side, I'll walk through these, and then Sean and Greg, if we could just discuss them and provide examples of anything that you think resonates. But number one, and this came up earlier today, this morning, is just, do they use the system? And are they proficient in operating it, right? So that's like table stakes of having a good experience. Can you, because as you get familiar, you may want to expand your proficiency. Are there ways for them to easily do that, to become power users? I think that's could be an element for an excellent owner experience. Let's recognize that technology is not magical. Things are going to break down because people use them a lot and they may reset them, and it's just like everything else. You and I have talked about this. It's like everything else in the house. Nothing doesn't break, right? So let's not pretend that it's not going to break. But when it does, can they easily access the troubleshooting, the repair and replacement services that are required? Can they easily and quickly get those services? I think that's part of that ownership experience from a homeowner perspective. And then the more sweetness and light side of things, if they want to expand upgrade and enhance the system? Is that a relatively carefree or an easy process? So I'm going to throw that open for discussion with you guys, Greg and Sean. I mean, are we missing anything there, or is there any piece of that that really resonates with you guys?
I think that, and I'm sure Greg will address this, I think we have to sort of define what breaking means, right? So I think that there's a conception that one of the devices just simply stops working. That's actually normally not the case. The case is that, as an integrator, we're putting together dozens, if not hundreds, of components in a house. And if one of those components in the chain isn't doing what it's supposed to do, it can give the appearance or the impression that the whole system is broken, something's not working properly. And with Parasol and companies like Greg's, what we're able to do is, get a remote look into that system and see if maybe one of those things isn't doing what it's supposed to do. So we don't have a broken system. We have an issue that can be remotely resolved without having to roll a truck. So I think that that's the definition of how we're evolving as an industry.
Yeah, what is the language we use around that? Is it broken, or is there some sort of system in hand? I think that's a good point.